My name is Ryoichi Fujimoto. Our classroom has a famous disciplinary student officer. She was known for being exceptionally strict, and many students were a bit wary of her. But the way she doesn't try to kiss up to others like that is what's so good about her. That strictness was alive and well on this day, too.
We're going to have a random bag inspection today. Leave your bags open and wait where you are.
What? Like, no one told us about that?
Why do we even need to do that? This is necessary to ensure that everyone is following the rules properly.
Rei Ito was a beautiful girl, and to me, was someone who was completely out of my league. Everyone in our classroom thinks of her as a strict person, but that's different in other classes. Other students don't know the Ito-san who works hard as a disciplinary officer, so some people even confess their feelings to her. Every time that happens, I realize how much she's out of my reach. It was now my turn for Ito-san's random bag inspection.
Fujimoto-kun, your bag is… Yes, there's no problem with it. You're always a good student and very admirable.
She complimented me. While some people are afraid of Ito-san, I've never disliked her. Maybe it's because we were on the same wavelength, as I was an honest and serious student like her. As long as you follow the school rules, Ito-san was just another beautiful student. If Ito-san's gonna compliment me, I'm going to be even more of a good student. I was being a responsible student when I suddenly received a text on my phone. Huh? My sister? I wonder what she wants. I have an older sister. She's 6 years older than me. She moved out of the house when she graduated college and got married right after. She now lives in the town next to us. That's why we were still close and saw each other from time to time. What? She might be pregnant? I heard that she's taking leave from work and has to stay home. But is she really going to ask me, a high schooler, to go and buy her a pregnancy test? This was a difficult task to ask from a male high school student, but it seems like she really needs it. Still, this was for my precious sister. If she couldn't move, I have no choice but to sacrifice myself for her here. She's probably asking for my help on such a sensitive topic because we're that close. All right, I'll get what I need and head right back home.
Huh? Fujimoto-kun? Fujimoto-kun was a responsible male student who was in the same class as me. He wasn't rowdy like the other boys and was always calm, so I liked him more than the rest. In fact, I might even like him. I can't believe I was able to coincidentally bump into Fujimoto-kun here. Thinking that this might be some kind of pull from destiny, I sneakily followed after him.
All right, this is it. I just need to check this out at the register. Oh, the cashier right now is an old man. Hold on. The old man might even scold me because a high schooler is buying something like this. I was full of worry, but the cashier didn't say a single word and packed up the test into a plastic bag. I guess he prioritizes the privacy of his customers. Still, I was able to complete the mission. I'm going to have my sister do something to thank me later since I had to go through so much effort. I was happily about to head home, but at that moment…
Fujimoto-kun?
What? Ito-san? What are you doing here?
Forget about that. What's that?
Ito-san pointed her finger at the bag that I was holding. Oh no.
I didn't see anything.
What? Ito-san? There's a very good explanation for this! I tried to chase after Ito-san, but she was a perfect human who is not only smart, but also athletic. There was no way I could catch up to her on my own 2 feet. She totally got the wrong idea. When I got to school the following day, I couldn't help but think about Ito-san. She seems to be acting normally, but maybe she considered the fact that I'm normally a good student and understands that there must be a reason for me to buy a pregnancy test. I couldn't help but vaguely hope for the best. I can't continue to be Ito-san's classmate while she's disappointed in me. Knowing the risks, I decided to bring up the topic with Ito-san. Ito-san?
Fujimoto-kun?
Thank God. Ito-san isn't acting any differently with me. Yet my joy was short-lived.
I don't want delinquents talking to me.
What? Ito-san?
Fujimoto-kun, you were pretending to be a good student and make a fool of me this entire time, weren't you? It's a scam. You were pulling a responsible student scam. Why did I believe in you? Who was the Fujimoto-kun I was classmates with this entire time?
Ito-san reads way too much into things, doesn't she? I can't believe she thinks I'm a delinquent. At this rate, she probably won't listen to me even if I try to tell her the truth. I guess I have to give her space for now. I'm sorry, I'll talk to you later. But how do I make her realize that it was a misunderstanding? Should I ask my sister to show her proof that I was only running her errands? I don't know if Ito-san will believe me at this rate, though. Ito-san might distance herself from me. That's what I was expecting. But for some reason, she started interacting with me a lot more than before.
Fujimoto-kun, there's a favor I need to ask from you. Can you help me carry these boxes?
Thank God she's acting normally today. Sure, no problem. Huh? The box is a lot lighter than I expected. Does she really need me to carry these? Where should I bring these?
I guess even someone like you has enough decency to help someone in need. Knowing that you buy pregnancy tests, I assumed you'd try to cause trouble by throwing the box on the floor or something. I was just testing how much of a delinquent you are, so you don't need to carry this. Anyways, thanks for being considerate.
What?
I won't need this anymore, so I'll just fold it back up.
What? It was empty?
Yes, I was just using this as a Fujimoto-kun evaluation kit.
That's terrible. I feel like she's picking on me. As expected, Ito-san seemed to hate me now. It's not like Ito-san liked me back then, but still, it's so hard to be put on the same level as the troublemakers that she hates. All right, at this point, I have to risk it all and tell her the truth. I swear, I'm going to clear up the misunderstanding today. I took screenshots of my text with my sister and plan to show it to Ito-san to prove my innocence. Ito-san can be a bit stubborn, so I'm worried about that. But still, she'll probably understand if I explain it to her properly. Ito-san, there's something I wanted to talk to you about, so I was wondering if we could go somewhere private.
What are you planning to do by bringing me out to a place where there aren't people around?
I just wanted to talk to you about something serious. Don't suspect me like that, please. Just like that, I led Ito-san to the quiet dance room. Ito-san, please, look at this.
What is that?
This is from the day you saw me shopping at the drugstore. I was just running some errands for my sister. See? These messages are proof, aren't they?
I see. But you can fake these texts easily. Are you trying to trick me again?
Who would have thought Ito-san was this stubborn? But does this mean that she trusted me that much before? I didn't want to be separated from her after classroom changes or graduation while she still had lost trust in me, which is why I decided to tell her my sincere feelings instead of continuing to explain myself to get back her trust. It's not possible for me to do anything bad and break the rules, because I'm so responsible and loyal that I don't have feelings for anyone other than you, Ito-san. Oh no! I might have confessed my feelings to her in the heat of the moment. It's so irresponsible of me to confess my feelings without any context. What if she hates me even more?
Okay. Wait, what? Did you just confess your feelings to me?
That was such a late reaction. There was a huge time gap. But maybe it was that unexpected. I knew she'd think it was a confession. From her reaction, she's surprised, but doesn't seem like she's disgusted. At this rate, she wasn't going to accept that everything was a misunderstanding. There was a part of me that wanted to take the chance in that case. Yeah, I've had feelings for you for a long time now, Ito-san. That's why I'd only ever buy a pregnancy test if you were the one using it. By the time I realized that it might be a little gross for me to say that, I'd already blurted it out.
I don't believe you. Because there's no way you'd like a girl who devotes her entire school life to following the rules.
Ito-san. So that was bothering her, too. But the way she completes her job without hesitation, even while knowing the consequences. Seeing how responsible Ito-san was, my desire to be in a relationship with her no matter what grew even larger. I fell for you because of those things. The way that you're dedicated to your job, and you're so sincere, it makes me want to be by your side.
I thought that only delinquents get into romantic relationships in high school.
Ito-san's understanding of delinquents is kind of strange.
I'm a disciplinary officer. Is it okay for me to do bad things like that?
If it's a sincere relationship, I don't think it counts as delinquency.
You're right. Fujimoto-kun, I'd like for you to be my boyfriend instead of my classmate from now on.
Of course. I'd love to be with you.
Who would have thought I'd have a boyfriend?
Just like that, I was able to be in a relationship with Ito-san. I left school feeling like I was in a dream. I went to school in such a bad mood, thinking that Ito-san was going to hate me forever. It's amazing how refreshed and happy I feel now. I was so happy that I could start dancing and singing like a character in an Indian movie. A little while after I got home, I received a text from Ito-san. We exchanged contact numbers when we decided to start dating.
Fujimoto-sama, excuse me for my text. Thank you so much for today.
Ito-san's messages are so uptight too. I'll text her back saying, "You can be more relaxed with me."
Really? Then I'll write my true feelings without thinking about them. I like you. 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 I like you.
Whoa, what is this? Her love is so big that it's kind of too much. But since we just started dating, things like this were perfectly fine. I went to school for the first time after Ito-san and I became a couple. Oh, Ito-san. I didn't think she'd already be here. Or wait, of course she's here. There's no way Ito-san would come to school right before the tardy bell. I was embarrassed that I felt happy just knowing that Ito-san was in the classroom. But these feelings of embarrassment feel good right now. Even after we started dating, Ito-san kept everyone in check with the school rules.
All right, today we'll be having a random bag check again.
What? Again?
You're not going to find anything by having a bunch of bag checks.
Ito-san's bag checks were a normal occurrence in our classroom at this point. See? Like, there's nothing, right?
You're right. I'm surprised. I like people who can follow the school rules.
Oh. What? Hey, don't get the wrong idea and doze off. It was now my turn. Of course, I opened my bag wide to show her that I was responsible and had nothing to hide, but... Huh? You don't need to check my bag?
I mean, I know that you're fine without checking.
Ito-san. Like, why are you showing favoritism to Fujimoto?
That's unfair, isn't it? Not at all. Fujimoto-kun's normal actions are wonderful. That's why I'm not going to go out of my way to check his bag.
Ito-san. I felt like I received the utmost trust from Ito-san and wanted to cry. My classmates probably thought that it was weird for me to act that way.
Hey, you're the only one that Ito-san's showing favoritism to. What are you two?
Direct questions were suddenly thrown at me. Oh, we're actually dating. I didn't think it was anything to hide, so I told them everything.
Oh, that's why. If you're dating, then she doesn't need to search your bag during that time, I guess.
Thanks to my understanding classmates, no one thought that Ito-san would do anything to break the rules or give unfair treatment. But a problem happened after school.
Fujimoto-kun, you were talking to other girls today, weren't you?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I was talking to our classmates.
Fujimoto-kun, are you a delinquent?
There it is again. A delinquent.
You looked like you were having fun. You don't even look like that with me when I'm your girlfriend. Do you like those girls more than me? You're already cheating. Why can't you follow the rules?
It's not like that. That was... I decided to explain everything to her since she seemed to have gotten the wrong idea.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yep. I'm sure that no one will think that you're the type of person to show favoritism.
I'm sorry for doubting you.
As long as you understand what happened.
The truth is, I overthink things when they're not clear. We say we're a couple, but it's just an oral promise in the end, right?
Well, yeah.
That's why I thought we should exchange a proper contract. Can you come over to my house right now?
What? I was immediately brought to Ito-san's house. It's a huge house. Ito-san's room is pretty big too.
Sorry about the wait. Don't expect too much since I made it myself.
That's what people say when they make home-cooked meals, but...
Sign right here. It's probably better to have a blood contract, but I'm not a big fan of blood.
Yep. I think you made the right decision to have us sign it instead. But aren't there too many rules that we should follow? I didn't imagine that the entire page would be filled with row upon row of sentences.
I started off with no cheating, but when I started thinking about it, I thought of a bunch more. I decided to put it all in there just because.
So, you were having fun with this, huh?
It was my first time creating a contract for a romantic relationship, so...
Ito-san really does have a thing for following the rules and having other people follow the rules. Well, if this is going to make our relationship more peaceful, this is easy as pie.
Fujimoto-kun, you're really going to sign it?
Huh? I was planning to, but...
The truth is, I thought that bringing out a contract... I was worried that it would turn you off.
I'm not turned off. I was surprised, though, since I've never received something like this.
I wanted to be able to trust you with just an oral promise, too, but...
Ito-san told me about her family after that. She lived in a huge house, but apparently, her mother didn't live here.
My mom was a free soul to the core. She left us for another man she fell in love with. She left me behind. I was hurt and didn't want to become anyone like my mother. That's why I started to be obsessed with following the rules.
I didn't know that.
I know that I'm a lot to handle. If you don't want to deal with it, you can break up with me right now. It's enough knowing that there's a man out there who would actually be willing to sign a contract like this.
I see. Then let's do this. My feelings for you haven't changed before or after I started dating you. I don't want to break up with you.
What are you doing?
A contract isn't enough, so I'm changing it. It's not real, but I want us to promise we'll get married. I can't think of any other person I want to be with other than you, Ito-san.
Fujimoto-kun?
That's why you can be or do whatever you want to do, Ito-san. Besides, the more intense your love is, the more reassuring it is for me.
Fujimoto-kun, thank you. I'm so thankful that I can be in a relationship with you.
Me too. Our marriage paperwork was obviously fake. Just because we wrote our names on that paper doesn't mean that we can get married. But as a good luck charm, and our promise to get married in the future, we decided to split up the paper and each hold on to it. A few years later, Ray and I, after both graduating and getting adult jobs, lived in the same apartment. Do you still have this?
Of course. Back then it was just a fake paper that I made, but now that we have real marriage papers in front of us, I'm getting nervous just to write my name.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Ray and I finally decided to get married. We finished signing, so I'm going out to step for a bit.
Where to?
You know, the thing I was talking about yesterday.
I'll go too then.
Are you sure?
There's no point if we're not together, right?
The two of us headed to a drugstore. We didn't go to a drugstore in our neighborhood, but we went to one near our old high school instead. Who would have thought we'd come to this fateful drugstore together?
But this is basically the place that brought us together. It'll be a good omen, right?
You're right. We left the drugstore after buying a pregnancy test.
Why are you smiling so much?
I was just thinking about how we might not have been together like this if you didn't have the misunderstanding back then. You were worried that your love was too much to handle, but it didn't even bother me.
Really? Don't you remember me getting mad at you one time, Ryuichi?
Oh, because you thought that my sister was a girl I was cheating on you with, right? That's all, though, wasn't it?
I hope we get the results we want.
Of course we will.
What if I get jealous of our baby when he or she gets super close to you?
All I have to do is love you much harder than before then.
Ryuichi?
The story of how our baby was safely born and how Ray became a wonderful mother with nothing she was worried about coming true is one that I'll save for another time.
Thank you for watching. How was today's video? Please check out our other videos as well.